Hello friends, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Rasayan Setu. So friends, in today's video we are going to discuss previous year questions of physical spectroscopy and term symbols which was asked in CSIR NET December 2018 exam. Okay, so let's start. Now see, this is your first question and it says the spectrum of sodium atom has a closely separated doublet at 16956.2 and 16973.4 centimeter inverse. The higher energy transition is due to, and we have four options. Okay, so friends, you must find that out of these options what is the higher energy transition. Okay, out of these four options, understand, and this question is coming asked for 2 marks. Okay, so let's do the solution of this question. Now friends, see, when we talk about a sodium atom, its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1, 3p0. Okay, this is the electronic configuration of sodium atom. So here we only talk about its valence electronic configuration, understand. That means we talk about 3s1, 3p0. It means it has one electron present in 3s orbital. Okay, and its p orbital will be empty. This is px, this is py, and this is pz, understand. Okay, that means it has a single electron present in s orbital. Now friends, first of all, when we talk about types of spectrum, generally we have two types of atomic spectrum, that is absorption spectrum and emission spectrum. Okay, we have absorption spectrum and emission spectrum. Okay, absorption spectrum means when electron excites from lower state to higher excited state, lower ground state to higher excited state. This is the reason for absorption spectrum. And emission spectrum means when electron comes from its higher excited state to its ground state. Okay, this is the general two types of spectrum. Now in our question, you see that they will talk about higher energy transition. Okay, so it means when we talk about higher energy transition, that means we talk about a emission spectrum, higher energy transition. Okay, when we talk about higher energy transition, that means we talk about emission spectrum. And when we talk about lower energy transition, that means we talk about a absorption spectrum. Okay, now first of all, now you clearly see that in this question we only talk about higher energy transition, that means emission spectrum. And we say that in emission spectrum the electrons comes from its higher excited state to its lower ground state. Okay, and in case of sodium atom, because it has only single electron present in 3s orbital. Okay, so in the case of emission spectrum of sodium atom, what is the condition? The condition is the single electron are present is in p orbital, one of the p orbital, that is px, py. Okay, and from p orbital it comes down to your 3s lower energy orbital in case of emission spectrum. That means the single electron comes from 3p to 3s orbital. That is the case of your higher energy transition or emission spectrum. Okay, now first of all, we find the term symbols for these atomic orbitals. So term symbol for 3s at 3s1 atomic orbital. See, for 3s1 atomic orbital, the term symbol simply 2s plus 1 Lj. Okay, so here only single electron present, so it means the value of 2s plus 1 will be 2 into half plus 1, that is 2. Okay, and the small l value for s orbital will be 0. Okay, So and for 0 it will be s. Okay, so the L will be s for 3s orbital. Okay, and the J will be L plus s. Okay, so that means L plus s. Here the value of L will be 0 and the value of s will be half. Okay, so because s is the spin multiplicity of single electron, so it's half, so the value of J will be 1 by 2. Okay, so term symbol for 3s1 orbital will be what? It will be your 2s 1 by 2. Okay, this is a condition for 3s1 orbital. Now we talk about 3p1. In the case of 3p1 atomic orbital, so first of all friends, in case of 3p1 orbital, you must take that it will be split into two states. Its term will be split into two states, and the reason behind this that this single electron either present in px orbital, for that the small l value will be -1. Okay, and or single electron present in +1, that is p orbital. Okay, so for both condition we have a different term symbols. For example, when a single electron present in your px atomic orbital. Okay, so for this condition its term symbol will be 2p 1 by 2. Okay, and when a single electron present in this py orbital, its term symbol will be 2p 3 by 2. Okay, so it means your 2p uh, 2p splits into two state. Of course the higher state will be 2p 3 by 2 and the lower state will be 2p 1 by 2. Okay, and your 2s is a single state, 2s 1 by 2 is a single state. Okay, so this is the energy levels for the sodium atom. Now in this question we talk about emission spectrum, that means higher energy transition. And for higher energy transition we have two possible condition. Say on the basis of this electronic configuration, when an electron present in py orbital, that means electron are present in this state 2p 3 by 2. So that means in one condition the electrons comes from this higher state to this lower state, that is 2s 1 by 2. Okay, and the another condition is when electron present in px orbital, that means in second emission spectrum the electron comes from this 2p 1 by 2 state to this 2s 1 by 2 state. Okay, so one condition is emission or transition from this higher state to this state, and another condition is transition from this state to this state. So it means we observe a two lines, two spectrum, which is and the value of these lines is also given in your question, that is 16956.2 centimeter inverse and 16973.4 centimeter inverse. Okay, and here you clearly see that this is the higher energy level transition and this is the lower energy, comparatively lower energy level transition. Okay, the energy gap between these transition is higher than these energy gap. Okay, so the higher energy transition is in sodium atom is due to 2p3 by 2 to 2s1 by 2. This is the higher energy transition, 2p3 by 2 to 2s1 by 2. Okay, this is the higher energy transition and this is the emission spectrum. Emission spectrum. These are called D lines. Remember friend, these are called D lines, the double lines. Okay, D lines. So emission spectrum are observed due to transition from 2p 3 by 2 excited state to 2s 1 by 2 lower ground state in the case of sodium atom. Okay, so this is your option number first. See right hand side corner, your option number first is the correct answer for this question. Okay, see once again the whole solution. It is a very simple question friends and coming for 2 marks. I hope you understand it. Okay, now we move towards our next question and see it says arrange the following molecules in order of increasing fundamental vibrational frequencies, and we have four options. Okay, so friends in this question we have four molecular species of oxygen, that is O2 plus, O2, O2 minus and O2 2 minus. Okay, and we must find the increasing order of their vibrational frequency. Okay, and this question is coming for 4 marks. So let's do the solution of this question. Now see friends, in question we have four molecular species of oxygen, that is O2 plus, O2, O2 minus and O2 2 minus. Now friends, this question is directly related to your bond order. When you know the bond order of any species, you must find its vibrational frequency order or stretching frequency order. And what is the relation between stretching frequency and the bond order? They directly correlate each other. That means when a bond order increases, the stretching frequency is also increase of that molecule. Okay, so bond order increase means the stretching frequency is also increase. Stretching frequency also increase. Okay, so first of all you must find the bond order of all these four species, and when you find the bond order, that means you also find the order of their stretching frequencies. Okay, and here we must find the bond order with the help of molecular orbital theory. Okay, and you know the formula for finding bond order is number of bonding electrons minus number of anti-bonding electrons divided by 2. This is the general formula for finding bond order of any species. Okay, that means for O2 positive, its bond order will be C. In O2, in molecular orbital diagram of O2 positive, its bonding electrons will be 10 and anti-bonding electrons will be 5 divided by 2. So it will be 10 minus 5, that is 5 by 2, which is 2.5. So bond order of O2 positive species is 2.5. Now bond order of O2. So in O2 molecule, the number of bonding electrons are 10. Okay, but number of anti-bonding electrons are changed, that is 6. So 10 minus 6 by 2, that is 4 by 2. This is 2. So bond order of O2 species is 2. Now bond order of O2 minus will be, see, the number of bonding electrons are also 10, but the number of anti-bonding electrons are 7 by 2. So this is 3 by 2, which is 1.5. Okay, so the bond order of O2 minus is 1.5, and the last one is O2 2 minus. So its bond order will be 10 minus the anti-bonding electrons are 8 by 2, that is 2 by 2, so it is 1. So the bond order will be 1. Understand? Okay, and what is the relation between bond order and stretching frequency? And bond order increase, stretching frequency will increase. So here you must find the increasing order of fundamental vibration frequency. So it means the molecule have which have lowest bond order, we have lowest stretching frequency. Understand? So in out of these four species, the O2 2 minus have lowest bond order. So it means it has lowest stretching frequency, then O2 minus, then O2, then O2 plus have highest stretching frequency among all. Okay, so the bond order will be O2 2 minus is less than O2 minus is less than O2 is less than O2 plus. Okay, this is the bond order. Sorry, stretching frequency order, not bond order, stretching frequencies order. And this is similar to your option number 1. See corner, option number 1 is the correct answer for this question. Understand friend? Okay, this is again a very simple question and it is asked for 4 marks. Now we move towards our next question, and see, it says a molecule AB2 shows the following IR and Raman spectra. We have a table and IR and Raman data. Okay, the structure of the molecule is, and we have 4 options, that is linear symmetrical, band symmetrical, linear asymmetrical, and band asymmetrical, and you must find its point group also. Okay, and this question is coming for 4 marks. So let's do the solution of this question friends. Now see friends, when you carefully observe a table given, okay, So it has IR and Raman data, IR data and Raman data, and we have a AB2 molecule. Now in a table we have a certain terms, that is Vs and S. So Vs means very sharp, this is a very sharp peak, Vs means, and S means sharp peak. Okay, now what is the approach we use for the solution of this question? First of all, you must know the rule of mutual exclusion. Rule of mutual exclusion. When we talk about Raman and IR spectra, the rule of mutual exclusion says that if any molecule has center of symmetry, then their IR active mode will be Raman inactive, and the Raman active mode will be IR active. This is the rule of mutual exclusion. It is a very important rule, friends. Okay. So what is a rule of mutual exclusion? See, it says that the if molecule has, first of all, remember that it is a required condition that if a molecule has center of symmetry, if molecule has center of symmetry, then IR active mode will be Raman inactive and vice versa. Means those modes means IR active modes are Raman inactive. Okay, IR active modes are Raman inactive and Raman active modes are IR active. If any molecule has center of symmetry, IR active modes will be Raman inactive and Raman active modes will be IR active will be IR inactive. This is the rule of mutual exclusion when a molecule has center of symmetry. But when the center of symmetry absent, so their modes can be IR active, both modes can be IR active, both modes can be Raman active, or neither Raman active nor IR active. This is the condition. Okay, if center of symmetry absent, that then your both modes can be IR active, or both modes can be Raman active, or neither Raman nor IR active. This is the condition. Okay, so in our table C, when you observe your table, its stretching frequency is 2215 centimeter, 1250 and 560. IR data will be very sharp and sharp. This is PR line, this is PR line, and this is PQR line, and this is Raman data according to your question. Okay, this is sharp and this is very sharp. Okay, now mutual exclusion principle says that IR active mode will be Raman inactive. Okay, if molecule has center of symmetry. Okay, so it means when you take that molecule as center of symmetry, then it means when it show IR spectrum, then it doesn't show Raman spectrum. Okay, or when molecule show Raman spectrum, then molecule doesn't show IR spectrum. When you consider AB2 has a center of symmetry, then this rule of mutual exclusion will be followed by this molecule. Understand? Okay, if you consider AB2 molecule with center of symmetry, then it must follow the rule of mutual exclusion. But on the basis of this given data, you clearly see that it doesn't follow rule of mutual exclusion. Okay, so it means your AB2 molecule doesn't have center of symmetry, doesn't have center of symmetry, because it doesn't follow the rule of mutual exclusion. Okay, so AB2 doesn't have center of symmetry. Okay, now after that you see that in IR data it has PR lines and PQR lines, and we know very well that for linear molecule we obtain PR and PQR lines in IR spectrum. For linear molecule, we obtained PR and PQR lines in IR spectrum. This is another principle or another conclusion. Okay, so it means first of all you conclude that AB2 doesn't have center of symmetry, and second you conclude that AB2 is a linear molecule because it shows PR and PQR lines in IR spectrum. Okay, so AB2 is a linear molecule. We conclude that AB2 is a linear molecule. That means the option number first or third will be right answer. The second and fourth will be cancelled out totally. Now it should be linear symmetrical or linear asymmetrical. We decided AB2 linear molecule. Now we consider AB2 as a linear molecule. We have two possibilities. One possibility is that the both B atoms will be attached with this A atom. This is a one possibility, and the another possibility is the A will be attached with B and the another B will be attached with B with this B. Okay, this is the first condition. This is a second condition in case of linear molecule. Okay, and you clearly see that this in this first condition it has center of symmetry present, because in this center here also B atom present, and in this direction the B atom also present. So in this arrangement it has center of symmetry, and on the given table, on the basis of your given data, we conclude that it doesn't have center of symmetry because it doesn't follow rule of mutual exclusion. Okay, so AB2 must be cancelled, so this arrangement will be cancelled out. So your second arrangement, that is linear asymmetrical arrangement, this is a asymmetrical arrangement. The first one is your symmetrical arrangement which will be cancelled out on the basis of your given data, and this is your asymmetrical arrangement, linear asymmetrical arrangement, which is followed by this your given data. Okay, so AB2 is a linear molecule with asymmetrical. AB2 is a linear asymmetrical molecule, which is your option number third. And you know very well that for linear asymmetrical molecule, its point group will be C infinite V. This is a group theory concept. Okay, its point group will be C infinite V. So your option number 3 is the correct answer for this question. Okay, option number 3 is the correct answer for this question. See once again the whole solution. I hope you understand it. You only need to observe this table carefully, or have any idea of rule of mutual exclusion, then you easily solve this question. Understand? Okay, now we move towards our next question, and see, it says the third and fourth lines in the rotational Raman spectrum of carbon monoxide are separated by 8 cm inverse. The CO bond length is given by, and we have 4 options. Okay, so you must find the CO bond length out of these 4 options, and we have a separation between third and fourth lines. We have a value of separation between third and fourth lines. Understand? Okay, and this question is also coming for 4 marks. So let's do the solution of this question, friends. Now see, friends, we know very well that the difference between two lines in Raman rotational spectra is given by 4b. Difference between two lines in Raman rotational spectrum is equals to 4b, and in our question we have this value, that is 8 cm inverse. That is 4b is equals to 8 cm inverse. So from this data we have a value of b, that is b is equals to 8 by 4, which is 2 cm inverse. Now what is the formula of B? The B is h by 8 pi square IC. And here you know very well that I is moment of inertia and the value of moment of inertia is mu r square, where mu is reducers and r is the bond length, and this quantity which will find, okay, bond length, I is mu r square, understand. Now B is equals to h by 8 pi square mu r square into C. So from this data, the value of r square will be h by 8 pi square mu B into C. Okay, 8 pi square mu B into C, and the value of B will be 2 centimeter inverse. Okay, so r square is equals to h by 8 into 2. When you place the B is equals to 2, that means 8 into 2 is 16. So 16 pi square mu into C. So r is equals to under root of h upon 16 pi square mu into C. This is the value of your bond length r. Okay, under root h by 16 pi square mu into C, and this is your option number first. Understand? Okay, option number first is the correct answer for this question. And again, this is a very simple question, friends. Okay, I hope you understand it. So friends, ये था आपके कुछ क्वेश्चन जो दिसंबर 2018 में फिजिकल स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी एंड टर्म सिंबल टॉपिक से पूछे गए थे. आई होप आपको समझ आए होंगे. फिर भी किसी भी तरह की डिफ़िकल्टी आती है तो प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में आके ज़रूर पूछिए. सो थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.